There comes a day when something inside you finally breaks. Not your body, not your will, but your agreement with the life you were handed. You stop negotiating quietly with the invisible rules. You stop apologizing for taking up space. You stop shrinking in rooms that were never built to hold your future. It doesn't happen with fireworks. It happens in silence. In one unnoticed breath where you realize, I cannot keep living like this. This is the day you stop begging the world. Not with anger, not with rebellion, but with a calm, terrifying clarity. The world never planned to give you permission, so one day, you take it. Pain does not always destroy. Sometimes it sharpens you into motion. At first, pain only hurts. Later, it teaches. And much later, it commands. You do not leave because you feel brave. You leave because staying would mean dissolving slowly into a version of yourself you no longer recognize. You leave rooms where your nervous system never rests. You leave relationships where your voice never fully arrives. You leave cities that feel like cages dressed up as opportunity. You leave without certainty, but with one unshakable knowing. You cannot become who you are meant to be, in the soil that taught you how to survive. People think confidence is loud. It's not. The first sign of sovereignty is silence, not the silence of fear. The silence of no longer needing to explain. You stop translating your truth into languages that shrink it. You stop defending choices that came from your bones. You stop seeking understanding from people who are committed to misunderstanding. One day, you realize, if they were meant to walk this path, they would already be walking beside you, so you go quiet. Not because you are weak, but because your direction no longer needs consensus. You don't leave with guarantees. You leave with a body that's alert, afraid, alive. You leave with your intuition fully exposed. Money runs thin. Your identity dissolves. Languages change. Faces change. Rules change. Yet, something inside you feels closer to home than it ever did before. Because the body recognizes alignment before the mind can explain it. This is where begging truly ends, when survival no longer feels like obedience, when uncertainty no longer feels like danger, when fear stops being a warning and becomes a threshold. There is a loneliness that breaks people, and there is a loneliness that forges kings and queens of the self. The strengthening loneliness begins when no one knows your past, no one expects your old patterns, no one defines you by your wounds. For the first time, you are alone, not as a victim, but as a being becoming itself. In that vacuum, you finally meet yourself without witnesses. No audience, no performance, no inherited identity. Just you. This is where most people turn back, because the silence is too honest. But this is where sovereign beings are born. At first, you still bargain with life. If I suffer more, will I be worthy? If I work harder, will I belong? If I become smaller, will I be accepted? That bargaining keeps entire generations trapped, but one day it collapses, and you realize something simple and irreversible. There is no change without a change of attitude. And there is no lasting change without a change of environment. You cannot awaken inside the same patterns that trained your nervous system to survive. You cannot become sovereign while staying planted in soil that only grows fear. You cannot negotiate your way into freedom. Sometimes the first real act of power is not trying harder. It is choosing different ground to stand on. This is the moment the begging ends. You stop asking the world to allow you to exist, and you start placing yourself where your existence no longer needs permission. Belonging that costs your nervous system is not belonging, it is captivity. And captivity, even when comfortable, is still a cage. This is not rebellion. This is relocation of the self. Power does not announce itself. It does not argue. It does not prove. It does not convince. It simply stands without negotiation. You no longer need to be seen to stand. You no longer need applause to endure. You no longer need permission to advance. And the world feels it instantly. Not because you demand respect, but because you stop abandoning yourself. This is the day your spine becomes louder than your fear. The day you stop begging the world, nothing explodes. No celebration, no witnesses, no permission slips. Life simply begins to reorganize around your spine instead of your fear. You still struggle, you still doubt, you still feel pain. But now you walk, not toward approval, not toward safety, not toward permission. You walk toward alignment. And alignment is the rarest currency in this world. With one suitcase, with pain inside your chest, with fire behind your eyes, with no guarantees. You didn't leave because you were fearless. You left because your soul refused to die quietly. And that is what the world never teaches. Sovereignty is not comfort. It is not wealth. It is not applause. It is the moment you stop begging and start standing. If this work helps steady your path, you can support the journey below.